I bought pepper spray for the first time the other day. For the first time in my life, I had to take action to protect myself. Not for my family, not for my friends, but for me and myself alone. When Donald Trump referred to COVID-19 as the Chinese virus, I felt a surge of uncertainty and fear for what's to come. Fear that continuously breathes through the country as the cases across the globe seem to only grow. When I first heard that label, I couldn't exactly blame him. It did come from China, and it technically wasn't racist, but it wasn't the issue at hand here. It was the lack of rhetorical responsibility as the leader of a nation, the lack of consideration for those who are struggling, simply hoping to make it through this pandemic somewhat unscathed, now having to deal with fear from two major threats: a virus we don't even have the resources to test for, and the general safety of Asian Americans and their families. Granted, this kind of scapegoating is something we have seen many times before. There has been a historic pattern of xenophobia, turning their backs on whoever was conveniently there to blame. Beaten and harassed, Haitians had the finger pointed at them, blaming them for HIV in the early 1980s. In 2005, Canadians that were of Chinese descent were kicked out of their homes and had all their businesses decimated from a drop in consumers and clients after being scapegoated for SARS. The Black Death, which is responsible for the deaths of an estimated 30 to 50% of Europe's population in the 14th century, originated from or near China. It would spread through various trade routes entering Europe through Italy. Jewish communities seemed to have the fewer deaths than their Christian surroundings, and most people took this as evidence that Jewish people were intentionally spreading the disease, resulting in their torture and murder across Europe. I want you to do me a favor. I want you to Google attacks against Chinese. I guarantee you that you will find multiple, if not countless, articles and reports of racist acts against Asian Americans. I want you to genuinely tell me that you haven't heard every disease has come from China, or of course it was the Chinese in the past few weeks. If you can, you've either been self-isolating very intensely, or I really want to be introduced to your community. All around the world, there are Asian Americans trying to do their part, wearing masks, gloves, distancing, the whole 9 yards, and yet we still fall short of any inclusion or acceptance during these times of struggle.